Thank you for being a part of BSDN Live coverage of the Blair Bears. We're proud to partner with many local businesses that are supporting all of the Blair School activities. Join us in thanking them as well. Awful Nice Guys Heating and Air Conditioning, locally serving Washington County for 25 years and counting. Find out more about Mike Beebe and the team at awfulniceguys.com. Memorial Community Hospital and Health System, serving Blair, Fort Calhoun, and Tacoma with continued expansion of services from birth and beyond. Learn more at mchhs.org. Woodhouse Auto Family, serving our community and the world with all of your driving needs. Search woodhouse.com. For real estate, nobody knows Washington County like WC Real Estate. Blair Eye Associates, Dr. Ryan Palmer. Jackson and Associates, Inc. RVR Bank for your local banking and wealth management needs. Balls Out Motors, Tax and Business Consultants, Turnkey Nerds, SEI Security Equipment, Inc., and Great Plains Communications.
removing their hats. The color presented by VFW Post is 1251. Featuring Chad Kuchka, Joe Leonard, Sergeant Major retired Dana Holcomb, First Sergeant Major retired, Commander retired Dan Falcon.
All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome here to Crans Field in Blair, Nebraska for tonight's homecoming football game between the Blair Bears and the visitors, the Titans from Norris High School, just south of Lincoln. Brian Abrahams and Dan Dahlgren ready to bring you the action here. Titans will come into the game with a record of 3-0. The Bears still looking for their first win on the season after a loss last Thursday on the road at Gretna. And Dan, it's not going to be easy for Blair here tonight. Norris, according to the rankings put out by the Omaha World Herald, the number 2 team in Class B, and Blair will have their hands full. Yeah, they certainly do. Good to see you, Brian. And, I knocked you off there. You're good. I mean, Norris comes in riding, 3 pretty easy wins. Probably the one that kind of stands out that people are aware. Opening game beat Scott 49-3. Now a lot of things went really wrong really fast to make that score that way, but it just gives you some indication of really what I've noticed is the depth. I think I can go back to 20 or 25 kids deep, and they're very talented. They do one thing. No, they do a lot of things, really. They can throw the ball. The guy, quarterback Greenfield, scrambles well. He throws well. They've got at least 4 or 5 kids with multiple touchdowns. They just do a lot of different things, and they really challenge you defensively. They're very aggressive. So Blair's got it cut out for him tonight, sir. Evan Greenfield, not only their quarterback, but he's also their kicker. He's got it teed up at the 40. We're ready to go. It's a good end-over-end kick.
Bears will retreat back and handle it near the goal line. They're going to bring it out. This is Smutney out to the 10 to the 15, across the 20, and he's brought down at about the 21-yard line. So perhaps a little bit of a oh no, okay from the coaches there of grabbing that ball from the goal line, but not a bad return. Pretty good field position for the Bears to get us started.
Yeah, it looked like Andrew delayed a little bit. He stepped back and put his foot on the line, so technically that should be dead. And nobody blew a whistle, so there was a pause there. And you're like, well, I better run now.
Yeah.
Run!
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, it gave us our first chance to see Norris's defense here. And like I told you in pregame, they're going to come do a lot of things. They're very aggressive. They like to send kids and make a lot of havoc.
Brevin Leggett's the starting quarterback for the Bears. He'll work from the shotgun, takes the snap, looks to his right, now back to his left. His pass is complete to Smutney, but he's surrounded by a host of Norris defenders. Did his best to get back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose probably 2 on the play.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if we wanted to look that thing away first and then come up with the other. I think that's probably what they wanted to do. But again, Norris, at least from what I've seen on film, they're pretty sound, right? Nobody bit. They were prepared for you to throw that ball to either side. So going to be interesting. Blair's probably better off trying to pound away a little bit and mix their running back up the field a little bit.
See if they do that here on 2nd and 13. Blaze Bauman is the lone tailback. They will hand it off to him. Pretty good hold over here on the left side. Bauman gets around the edge and fights his way out of bounds around the 25, maybe the 26-yard line. Actually, they're going to give him all the way to the 27, I think. Good carry there, and that'll set up at least a manageable 3rd down.
Yeah, it looked like Norris just kind of kept their linebackers back, probably thinking maybe Blair would come up and throw again. That thing opened up really well, and like I say, Blaze, they've got some talented kids running the rock, and so do we. So that's really going to have to be the game plan, I think, right? Keep their offense off the field and see if you can sustain drives.
Yeah, we'll see Bauman and Carson Fowl back there. It'll be a mix between those two on 3rd down and 3 from the 28. Bo Meyer, the tight end over here on the near side, he'll motion into the backfield. Now the handoff to Bauman. And Blaze is going to churn his legs, and he earned himself a 1st down there. That probably should have been no gain. He got it out to the 31.
Yeah, that's we call that yak, yards after contact.
Yep.
And he was engaged probably maybe a yard upfield and got the next 2 or 3 himself. So strong kid, tough kid, and like I say, pretty well blocked too. And I think you'll just see Norris start to loosen those backers up, and there's generally as it goes, somebody's coming off the edge or doing something. So I think we're in for a pretty good one.
On 1st and 10 from the 31. From under center again, they'll hand off. It's Bauman again. Nice move in the backfield to cut away from a defender, and he found his way out to about the 35-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 4. Sets up 2nd and 6.
Yeah, I mean, again, Norris keeping their backers back and just playing straight-up read. But really Blair, front 5, mixing it up pretty good. I mean, it's a gain of 3 to 4 yards there. And it isn't that it was wide open, but our linemen are engaging them, right? So that gives Blaze a chance to get off a block, and they got to keep doing that all night.
They'll work from under center again. They'll hand off to Bauman. He had a couple of pulling linemen. He lost the football, and it's going to be picked up by the Titans back at the 29. Looked like maybe a grab of a face mask, but I didn't see anything called. An unfortunate turnover there for the Bears. Norris will get great field position on their first offensive drive.
Yeah, that's kind of what I saw. Brian, he kind of got grabbed, got his head turned around, and kind of really got twisted. By the time he reset himself, the ball was out of his hands. But they didn't call the grab, but they certainly saw the fumble and recovery. So, again, this is Norris's game plan. It happened against Scott. It happened last week against Lincoln Northwest. They love turnovers, and they capitalize on them.
They'll work from the pistol here as Greenfield is in the shotgun with a tailback behind him, and he'll turn and hand it off. Nice job there by the Bears, right side of that defense, as Grayson Addison got maybe 2 yards on the play before he's wrapped up. Brock Werner, the freshman nose tackle among Bears over there. 2-yard gain, sets up 2nd and 8.
Yeah, one thing we talked about in pregame too, they've got a running back, number 1, Marcus Nelson. He is suited up tonight. He was not suited up last week. I'm not sure of the nature of his injury, but Marcus is averaging somewhere around 200 yards a game, so we'll see if we see him.
Backup tailback in the game, it's Noah Waddle. They're going to pitch it to him, and he will take the carry out of bounds near the 20-yard line, just short of the 20. It'll be about a 6-yard gain on the play. Third down coming. It'll be third down and about 2.
Yeah, Blair commits the mortal sin. If you lose containment, then it's just a track meet, and that one got him 7 yards or whatever on the play. So really, you got to contain, and these guys have, like I say, I think we talked before, maybe 3 or 4 deep, even besides Marcus Nelson, that can run. And so, got to contain.
They leave Waddle in. The backup tailback takes the handoff straight up the middle near the 15-yard line, just shy of the 15, but it will be enough for a first down. They wrap him up about the 16. It's a gain of 5. That'll set up 1st and 10 for Norris.
Yeah, it's really weird. I mentioned the turnovers. Obviously Norris has a hand in the turnovers, right? I mean, but again, that was kind of a weird one, getting his face mask grabbed. He still got a hold on the ball, but it's happened in every game, and they've gotten 4 or 5 turnovers and scored off of a lot of them, folks.
Greenfield back to pass over the middle, dangerous throw, and just out of the reach of his intended receiver. I think that was Chris Garner Jr., I believe, and the incompletion sets up 2nd and 10. First pass of the game for Greenfield.
Yeah, I don't know. Did that get tipped? Because it looked like he run that little crossing route, and he was wide open, so it's either a poor pass or maybe it got tipped. It's a little hard, folks, to see from our vantage point, but you probably got a better view of it than we did. But anyway, puts them in 2nd and long.
On 2nd down, Greenfield takes the snap. He'll hand it off again, straight up the middle, inside of the 15 to about the 14-yard line is Addison. Nice job there by the Bears linebackers coming up with the stop. It'll set up 3rd down and about 6. Big 3rd down here for the Bears defense.
Yes, sir. And, we mentioned Marcus Nelson being on the sidelines, and apparently, he went through warm-up, so I believe he can play. Of course, they've got a lot of big games coming up and then into the playoffs before we know it. So, I think they'd like to rest him, and their backups are good, but don't have the size that Marcus has.
On 3rd and 7, Greenfield going to look to his right, now rolling back to his left. Bears are going to flush him out of the pocket. The pass is complete to Waddle inside of the 5, and he's knocked out of bounds. Did he get in the end zone? I think he did, according to that official over there on the far side. Touchdown, Norris. Great improvisation there by Greenfield. Nice catch by Waddle.
Yeah, and Waddle doing what we've just begged our receivers to do. And we've got a quarterback who likes to bounce out of the pocket. If you see your guy, bounce out of the pocket, they lose containment. He's kind of scrambling. He didn't have anywhere to run, but he just kind of broke along with his quarterback and was wide open. Nice little pitch and catch.
Greenfield will tack on the extra point. It's up and through. 7:49 left to play in the opening quarter. Norris strikes first. They lead the Bears 7-0. We'll step away for 60 seconds. We'll be back here on BSDN Live.
Thank you for being a part of BSDN Live coverage of the Blair Bears. We're proud to partner with many local businesses that are supporting all of the Blair School activities. Join us in thanking them as well. Awful Nice Guys Heating and Air Conditioning, locally serving Washington County for 25 years and counting. Find out more about Mike Beebe and the team at awfulniceguys.com. Memorial Community Hospital and Health System, serving Blair, Fort Calhoun, and Tacoma with continued expansion of services from birth and beyond. Learn more at mchhs.org. Woodhouse Auto Family, serving our community and the world with all of your driving needs. Search woodhouse.com. For real estate, nobody knows Washington County like WC Real Estate. Blair Eye Associates, Dr. Ryan Palmer. Jackson and Associates, Inc. RVR.
And welcome back here to Krantz Field on BSDN Live. 7-0 Norris. This kick will sail into the end zone. A little bit better kick that time by Greenfield. And the Bears will have it 1st and 10 from the 20. Able to run the ball with some success up before the fumble, of course, last time. Dan, you expect they'll stick with the run, or are they going to switch to try and throw it around a little bit here on this drive?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Blair's going to do anything different than we've seen the last few games. It's just really it's a matter of executing, right? I mean, I don't know about this long passing game that appears to have not something they have developed yet. So, but again, you got a 6'5" tight end. You know how I feel about these things. So I mean, you can go with the short passing game. You got a really good running back. Just try to control the ball.
From the shotgun, Leggett will throw out in the flat. Has a man with space. Pass is caught at the 20 and almost out to the 25-yard line. That's Colin McCabe with the catch. Pretty good blocking as well. I think they got Blaze Bauman out there in front of him. Picks up 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Yeah, timing was good. Good ball. And like I say, I think it's the first time we've seen him bring a backer. So I think they brought 45 right up the middle. But again, you can see the rhythm that Blair wants to get into, which is short passing game, not so much affected by the blitzes if you kind of are sharp with it. But again, good play.
Leggett under center on 2nd and medium. They'll motion Meyer into the backfield from that tight end spot. He'll take the snap and hand it off to Blaze Bauman with some room to run. Bauman across the 35 into the 40. They got that left side isolated and blocked well again on the left side by the Bears offensive line. Huge pickup for Bauman. Picks up about 16. Sets up 1st and 10.
Yeah, Blair had lost containment on the one play. They just lost containment, and Blaze made him pay. And Hayden Daggett doing a really nice job of, taking his guy out of the play with the route and then knowing when to turn that into a block. And that's a couple steps away from getting out in the open, but nicely designed and, like I say, well blocked again.
Well done by the Bears to pick up a big 1st down. They'll have it from the left side hash mark. 7:09 left to play in the first quarter. Leggett from the shotgun. He'll hand it off. Bauman, flag thrown over there on the far side as Blaze twists his way out near the 50. They'll put him down actually at about the 49-yard line, but we'll see if this play stands. Almost looked like perhaps a alignment penalty over there from that flag on the far side. Yep.
Yeah, we don't often see the holding call from over there, but he's watching the line of scrimmage, so somebody must have either an alignment, as you say, or got off just a hair early. I don't know. I mean, generally they're not that picky in Class B if you've seen people kind of come off at different times, but again, I also could have had too many men on the line, something like that. But anyway, it cost Blair 5.
So the procedure penalty costs him 5 plus more than that. It negates the good run there by Bauman, backs it all the way up to the 36. So it's 1st down and 15 now for the Bears. One important thing, Dan, when you're trying to beat a team like Norris is to keep your offense on schedule, not get behind the sticks. So important play here for Blair to try and get that 5+ back. We'll see what they do. They're going to bunch 3 receivers to the near side. A hard count. Well, they got Norris to jump, but
everybody.
Also, a couple of Blair Bears jumped as well. And that's going to be a false start, and that'll back them up 5 more. So instead of 1st and 15, it'll be 1st and 20.
Yeah, I think if Blair doesn't jump off on the hard count, they had 3 guys, in the neutral. You get a neutral zone infraction in high school now. So you would have got the call and got the 5 back. You wouldn't have got his run back. But it puts Blair in kind of a different spot here. We'll see how they I just don't see Blair throwing the ball 3 times. I mean, we know what happened last week. It's just not going to be in their nature. They're going to try and get some of this back on one of these with a run, but let's see if they can open the playbook up a little bit here.
2 receivers to Leggett's right, 1 man to his left, and Will Landsman didn't like what he saw, so he's going to call a timeout. 6:12 left to play in the first quarter. That's the first timeout of the game. We'll step away for 30 seconds. We'll be back. Bears down 7-0 on BSDN Live.
Thank you for being a part of BSDN Live coverage of the Blair Bears. We're proud to partner with many local businesses that are supporting all of the Blair School activities. Join us in thanking them as well. Awful Nice Guys Heating and Air Conditioning, locally serving Washington County for 25 years and counting. Find out more about Mike Beebe and the team at awfulniceguys.com. Memorial Community Hospital and Health System, serving Blair, Fort Calhoun, and Tacoma with continued expansion of services from birth and beyond. Learn more at mchhs.org. Woodhouse Auto Family, serving our community and the world with all of your driving needs. Search woodhouse.com. For real estate, nobody knows Washington County like.
Welcome back here again to BSDN Live. First down and 20 coming up here for the Bears after a couple of procedure penalties. They need to get into Norris territory to the 49-yard line for a first down. Important play here. Try to get a good chunk of this here on first. They'll send 2 receivers to the right, 1 man to the left. Leggett's going to work from the shotgun. Now he sends Blaze Bauman into the slot as well. And we'll also motion McCabe across to the near side. They're going to throw it over the middle. Pass is caught. Little wide receiver screen. They got it to Bo Meyer. But Norris had that covered up well. Meyer got back to the line of scrimmage. It's no gain. It's going to set up 2nd and 20.
Yeah, I watched that Gretna game last week. We didn't do it. It was on Thursday night, KXVO. But I noticed we ran this tight end little dump screen maybe 3 times, maybe 4 times. And I'm thinking in my head, back in my head, I'm going, you can throw to the tight end without screen action, right? I mean, let him get behind the linebackers, especially if they're blitzing, and get his hands up. He's 6'5". Go catch it and go. But we'll see if they mix that in.
Now they're at double tight formation here. Play action, rolling out, passes incomplete. We may get a pass interference, though. There's a flag thrown right in the neighborhood of the coverage. Pretty tight coverage put on there by Grayson Addison, but perhaps a little bit too tight as he was fighting with Hayden Daggett for position.
Well, you kind of get screwed on the no face mask call that caused a fumble, not rather than to break his, rip his helmet off. But on that one, I'm not sure, right? It was just really good coverage as far as I could tell. But, again, like I say, you can't just if you're going to call this game, you got to call it and keep people off. So he might have got there a little early, and I think, did he catch the ball anyway? It kind of went into the players down there a little bit.
Hard to tell. I couldn't tell if he did catch it and if he stayed in bounds. But either way, it's a 15-yard penalty. Still not enough for a first down, however, so it's 2nd and 5. Ball at the 46-yard line. Leggett's going to throw out under the boundary there. Pass is caught. I think that's McCabe with the catch. They had Blaze Bauman out there in front of him, I think, as well with the block. And McCabe got it just across the 50. I'm not sure if they're going to measure or not. They will not. They're going to say it's a first down for the Bears.
Yeah, nice play. And, yeah, they're using Blaze a little bit to kind of block and open things up. And of course, the defensive folks are going to kind of pick up on that a little bit. But that's the whole cat and mouse of it. Then you put him out there, and you got a Hayden Daggett out there, right? I mean, if you got a 10-6, 10-7, 100-meter kid, maybe, I don't know, maybe pop him the rock a few times, you know what I mean?
See if they try that here. We're going to get a flag thrown. It's going to be a procedure penalty with 2 men moving at the same time as the Bears were trying to shift some men around. So instead of 1st and 10 from the Norris 49, it will be 1st and 15. Ball back to the Bears side of the 50 at their 46.
Yeah, Hayden must have heard me calling his name, but yeah, that's on him. So they went in motion and reset, and he just decided to get up to the line of scrimmage because when he went in motion and reset, he was not on the line of scrimmage, so he can move up, right? But unfortunately, you got to let him get there and get set, and they were moved at the same time. But
so we'll start at 1st and 15. Looks like the same play. Meyer shifts and sets on the left side as the tight end. They'll hand it off to Blaze Bauman, and they'll try the right side this time. Blaze gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. We've seen that a couple of times, Dan. They'll motion the tight end to, well, this time the left side. They're going to run away or run back to where he vacated. This time Norris is ready for it.
Yeah, I just love to see the quarterback kind of have a boot action out of that, which is hand the ball off and carry that thing out. I'll tell you who does it really well, and that's Norris. And the ball gets handed off, and the quarterback goes in motion every time.
Yep.
And then when you do run the boot, then you can release a tight end or drag somebody across the middle. It's all where they think the ball's going, so we'll see.
Anything that helps freeze the defense. Leggett's going to throw here on 2nd down. Got a man open over on that sideline, sliding and out of bounds. That's going to be Hayden Daggett. He was behind the defense. Leggett got it to him under pressure, but they're going to say he just ran out of real estate over there near the 30. It's going to set up 3rd and 15.
So Hayden's got us, again, Norris very quick, but they're not this quick, right? They're not, state track meet, all gold quick. So you take that same route and let them run that to the inside in the middle and then just put the ball out there. I mean, they're running a safety every once in a while, but they most often come up and support the run. I'm going, just turn that thing inside.
Now it's 3rd and 15, and overshooting Daggett this time was Leggett. He had Hayden one-on-one over here right along the numbers on the left side, but overthrew him by about 5 yards. And what looked to be a pretty promising drive there for the Bears, kind of killed by penalties, and they will be forced to punt now from their 46-yard line.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if Hayden got caught up with that DB a little bit or if he got grabbed. It's just every year you can do something a little different. I can grab him at 15 real quick, and then I can reset. I'm not sure, but it looks like he got hung up there a little bit.
Shane Holen back to return. Punt is off the side of the foot, unfortunately, of the Bears punter. That's Luke Donner out there got it across the 50, but not a whole lot further. They're going to mark it out of bounds at the 41-yard line. So for the second time, we will see the Bears defense out there. Norris, at least for the Bears fans, is going to be starting on their side of the 50, but not too far. It'll be the 41-yard line. 3:24 left to play here in the opening quarter. It's 7-0. Actually, they moved it back a yard. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 40 as the Norris offense comes out onto the field. They'll send two receivers to the left side. That's the short side of the field. One man splits out wide to the right. Greenfield from the shotgun. Oh. He will hand it off to that gentleman that Dan was talking about earlier. That's the first time we've seen Marcus Nelson. He's across the 45 to the 46, so that's running back number 3 that we've seen for Norris tonight. Gain of 6, maybe 7. They're going to spot it at the 47. Sets up 2nd and 3.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably, I don't know if he's leading Class B because, you get early in the season, people pop a couple big games, but he was averaging somewhere around 190 yards a game and then sat last week, so he's pretty talented.
They'll hand it to him again. He's got a seam. He's into Blair territory across the 50 to the 44-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down. 2 carries, and he picks up about 21 yards.
Yeah, it looks like they're just giving him a little bit of game, couple pops. Last week I saw him rotate through, mostly 3 guys, and he wasn't one of them. So if he's going to rotate in a little bit and get some snaps, again, I don't know the nature of his injury that held him out last week, but he was on the sideline and he wasn't limping, so it might be a shoulder or something like that,
Noah Waddle's back in the game. It's a play fake here. It's actually a keeper for Greenfield. He ducks inside of the 40, down close to the 35-yard line. Be a pickup of about 7. By the way, it's 16 yards on 2 carries for Nelson, not 21, but either way, pretty good average.
Yeah, Evan Greenfield, their quarterback, I think he wants to throw the ball in a lot of these things. That was a design run, of course, but he's a pretty capable runner. I also watched him do a fake punt and run 57 yards for a touchdown, so he can run.
He's going to hand it off this time. He's got Waddle back there with him, met by a couple of Bears defenders at the 35, and he's wrapped up short of the line to gain. It's going to be 3rd down. Should be 3rd and about a yard.
Yeah, I will say past Marcus Nelson, I didn't see a lot of size, just, a lot of quickness. But folks, when you're running behind they probably average, Brian, 235, 240 pounds across the line.
Yep.
It's a talented squad, so you can be 150 pounds and run behind it and generally have a pretty good day. So Blair will have to tighten up a little bit.
See if they use that big O-line here. They're going to hand it off to Nelson. He rips through a tackle by the safety, and he's into the end zone. Well, I thought the Bears were going to catch him there as he got about the 10-yard line, but Nelson just kind of ran away from the defense after he wrestled away from the tackle of a safety, and Norris is on the board again.
Well, listen, you tackle a 150-pound kid for about 6 plays, right? Marcus Nelson, right around 200 pounds, right? So you're not going to hit into him and knock him down. You really got to wrap him up, and they did not do that, and he made him pay.
Greenfield with the extra point attempt. It's up and good. Minute 28 left to play in the first quarter. Norris has added to their lead. They lead it 14-0. We'll step away for 60 seconds. We'll be back on BSDN Live.
Thank you for being a part of BSDN Live coverage of the Blair Bears. We're proud to partner with many local businesses that are supporting all of the Blair School activities. Join us in thanking them as well. Awful Nice Guys Heating and Air Conditioning, locally serving Washington County for 25 years and counting. Find out more about Mike Beebe and the team at awfulniceguys.com. Memorial Community Hospital and Health System, serving Blair, Fort Calhoun, and Tacoma with continued expansion of services from birth and beyond. Learn more at mchhs.org. Woodhouse Auto Family, serving our community and the world with all of your driving needs. Search Woodhouse.
Welcome back here again as the Bears await the kickoff. It'll be Hayden Daggett and Andrew Smutney back to return. Greenfield has it teed up at the 40. 14-0 is your score. Just under 90 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Norris out in front. Good kick by Greenfield. It'll bounce in the end zone. And the Bears offense back out on the field after a pretty good drive at least it chewed up some yardage. They were aided by a 15-yard pass interference penalty, but they got it into Norris territory before stalling out and going backwards with a procedure penalty. Now we'll see what they do here.
Yeah, outside of a couple of skill positions, Blair actually pretty young, folks. You got a freshman starting out there. You got quite a few sophomores and juniors, right? So it is what it is. It's a tough schedule. We're going to see everybody that's good except Waverly. We're going to see 1 through 7.
Right.
That's just the way it is, folks. So hopefully it does help them build and get better.
Leggett sends 3 men over here to the near side. Now he's going to try and keep this one himself, I think. And before he gets to the line of scrimmage, he throws it out of bounds. It was covered well by Norris. He did have one man open way downfield here, but kind of the direction the quarterback was running, I'm not sure he could have thrown it. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't quite understand if nobody's there and you break it off, run, right? I mean, I think he had 5 yards to get upfield, and again, I don't want to put him in harm's way, but you got pads on and you bounce out. One of the options that you have to look at is running, and 5 yards is better than because he's going to get called on intentional grounding on some of those, right?
Right. He will hand it off to Blaze Bauman on 2nd and 10. Bauman carries it across the 20 to the 21-yard line, gets only a yard on the play. It's now 3rd down and 9, and a pretty big 3rd down here. You don't want to give it back to the Norris offense right away. You'd like to keep it for at least a couple more minutes and get us into the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, and with the way they run their defensive fronts, and we talked about their linebackers, the run is not going to open up the pass. Unfortunately for Blair, that pass is going to have to open up the run. And at this point, you'll see more guys in the box and less people back.
Leggett from the shotgun. He'll look to his right. Pass is caught out there shy of the 30. Spinning away from tacklers is Colin McCabe. Be interesting to see where they spot him. His forward progress where he caught the ball was about the 28. But he continued to fight, and they're going to give him a gain of maybe a yard. Call him down at the 22. Tough break there for Colin's punting situation out for the Bears.
Well, I mean, you look at it 2 ways, right? If that's 2nd down, you got to teach a receiver to get down, right? Most likely the other Cowboys are coming to get you. So, but that was 3rd down, and he's trying to break away and maybe get upfield and get a 1st down. So losing the 2 or 3 yards probably didn't necessarily negatively affect him too much. But
before Donner punts it away, the clock's going to run out on the 1st quarter. We'll head to the break. It's 14-0. We'll be back with the 2nd quarter here. Bears down by 2 touchdowns on BSDN Live.
Thank you for being a part of BSDN Live coverage of the Blair Bears. We're proud to partner with many local businesses that are supporting all of the Blair School activities. Join us in thanking them as well. Awful Nice Guys Heating and Air Conditioning, locally serving Washington County for 25 years and counting. Find out more about Mike Beebe and the team at awfulniceguys.com. Memorial Community Hospital and Health System, serving Blair, Fort Calhoun, and Tacoma with continued expansion of services from birth and beyond. Learn more at mchhs.org. Woodhouse Auto Family, serving our community and the world with all of your driving needs. Search woodhouse.com. For real estate, nobody knows Washington County like WC Real Estate. Blair Eye Associates, Dr. Ryan Palmer. Jackson and Associates, Inc., RVR Bank.
And welcome back here again to Crans Field on BSDN Live. 12 minutes on the clock. We're ready to start the 2nd quarter. Luke Donner stands at his 10-yard line. He'll punt this one away. It's 4th and 8 for the Bears. I believe that is Addison back to return for Norris, standing at the 45. Better punt this time for Donner. A nice high spiral. Fair caught at the 41-yard line. That's actually Shane Holen that hauled it in. But again, good starting field position here for Norris. And the Bears defense now out for the 3rd time here in the ball game. Needs to come up with their first stop and get the ball back to the boys on the offensive side.
yeah, I mean, Norris just about every time comes after punts, right? If you try to kick a field goal, they're coming after it. If you want to kick, if you're going to punt, they're going to come after you. I just love that aggressiveness with them. They don't care about the return. Just go fair catch it. But they're going to send 10 guys, and so you really got to get off. So Blair doing a good job getting that punt off.
Greenfield will take the snap. And who started? It's Addison, I think, that's back there with him to start this drive. Stumbles out to about the 44-yard line. He'll pick up 2. Nice job there by the Bears defense. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, I mean, Norris has moved the ball. Obviously, it's 14-0. They've had some success, but I got to be honest with you. I think Blair has matched a man-to-man at least up front, right? I think there might be we might lose a step here once they get to the edge, but Blair doing a lot of good things.
Bears bring pressure as Greenfield's going to try and roll to his left and escape. Gets a pass off. It is intercepted at the 45-yard line. Coming up with the pick is Nathan Murray. Good job by the Bears putting pressure on the quarterback, and Murray read the throw over the middle, ran up and took the opportunity, got the interception. Big turnover forced there by the Bears.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw him hop that route. You know, he kind of desperation, probably should have just ate it and got out of bounds. But again, he hopped it from about 6 yards back, so he was running full speed. Actually, pretty difficult timing and catch to do. So, but again, these are the little things, right? You got to capitalize and keep this thing reasonable, keep this thing close, and that's all you can do is each play by play.
1st and 10, Leggett under center, play action. He's going to roll to his left, looking downfield, and escapes one man. Now he needs some help. Leggett's still looking. He's going to finally be wrapped up.
Throw the ball, young man.
At the 40. He had Blaze Bauman over here, just probably couldn't see him.
Throw the ball. Well, listen, I mean, if you're back there that long and you're not going to run, then put one, at somebody's feet. I don't know. I mean, I don't want them to force balls. We did that a little bit last week if you watch some of the Gretna game. But you don't have to force it. But if you don't have anything and you're not going to run, there's no sense waiting for them to come get you. Just pump that thing at somebody's feet. But, again, that's being a sophomore, and that's the learning part, so we'll see.
Yeah, Bears lose 6 on the play. It's 2nd and 16, back to the 40. Leggett's under center again, and now they will hand it off. Bauman's got some room up the middle. Blaze across the 50 and into Norris territory down to the 48-yard line. We do have a flag thrown, however, unfortunately, in the neighborhood of the Norris 45.
Pretty late here, so we'll see.
Maybe holding in the secondary?
Like say, the timing didn't look like holding on us. I don't know if it was personal foul or somebody got.
Yeah, it's on Norris. You're right, Dan.
Foul.
It must be. Maybe they got the face mask this time here on Bauman.
Well, we're even. Dang it.
So they'll step to 15 yards off. That takes it inside of the 35 to about the 33-yard line. Great advantage there for the Bears now. An opportunity to get themselves on the board. Still a little over 10 minutes left in the first half. They'll send 2 receivers to the right. Bo Meyer lines up in the backfield on the left side. They're going to hand it off to Bauman. Blaze gets to the edge, fights around a defender, and he's inside of the 20. Or did he get knocked out of bounds? Just shy of it. Down to the 21. 12-yard pickup there for Bauman, and 1st and 10 coming for the Bears.
Yeah, and if there's a group that can keep this Blair team in this game, it's that front 5, the offensive line, and then, of course, the defensive line doing what they do. But largely the same kids.
Right.
But again, Blair not stepping back, man. They're engaging, and like I say, just keep your guy occupied. If that's your responsibility, you don't have to pancake him, but you got to stay in his grill and you got to fire off and you got to hit him, put your helmet on him. And again, Blaze read that and bounced outside. Nice job.
Same formation here. They'll take the snap and they will hand it off to Bauman straight up the middle. Blaze is inside of the 20 and down to about the 16, maybe the 17-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4. Saw a little bit of different action there. They had Hayden Daggett sort of running some misdirection toward the far side. See if they come back to that, Dan, and run a little bit of a reverse or something.
Yeah, and to finish my point there, I mean, execution is what you need in this game, right? It's a ballet out there. I get that. Speed, I can't run faster than I did last week, most likely. But what I can do is put a helmet on you, right? I mean, that front 5 and your tight ends jumped in there, they can make this a tough game, and it's in their hands.
Leggett under center, motions Meyer across the formation. Play action, he's going to look downfield. Leggett pressured, needs to get rid of it and does. Nice job this time. It's caught by Bauman. Really not going to gain anything on the play, but let's read the positives here. He got rid of it that time, but they're not going to lose 10 yards.
Yeah, and got away from what should have been a sack, right? But again, in the whole thing, again, I don't know if that's supposed to be a boot. That's what it ended up, right?
Yep.
But that was when he was getting away from pressure. So he obviously, he's very mobile, folks. If you're not getting the video, I mean, he's very mobile. So I'm saying, let him boot, let him do these things. So anyway, Blair with a long third down.
And Bauman's going to line up as the quarterback. He'll just take the shotgun snap himself with a couple of blockers. I think Blaze lost his footing there. Looked like he wanted to cut that ball to the outside, but instead he's going to be ripped down at about the 16-yard line. So he got a yard on the play. Big fourth down coming up here for the Bears. They may be running their kicking team out there. Fourth and 5 from the 16.
And that'll be Blaze too.
Yep. You're right. Bauman will be the kicker. Holder looks like Nathan Murray. He's going to kneel down at about the 23-yard line. So it's a 33-yard field goal attempt for Bauman. Pretty good snap. Blaze gets a nice kick up, and it is no good. Missed it to the left. So the turnover forced by the Bears defense, unable to result in points for Blair. They did move the ball deep into Norris territory, however, so they can take some solace in that. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Titans from their 16-yard line. 7:45 left in the half.
Yeah, I think the name of the game, and we've said this other years too, is, if you've got a high-powered offense, and folks, just so you know, through 3 games, and it's a little misleading, right? They're averaging 55 points a game. So, I mean, keep their offense off the field, keep your offense on the field, run the clock. Like I say, let your guys up front see if they can manhandle a little bit. That's what I would do.
On 1st down, they will hand it off to Nelson. Off the left tackle, he's across the 30, knocked out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. Yep. 1st down. I was just checking to see if there was a flag, and there's not. So it's a 1st down, 1st and 10 coming for Norris.
Yeah, it's kind of the difference in generations. I like a good strip play too, but our guy out here who kind of had containment once he got off his guy chose to go try and strip the ball off versus, putting him on his fanny, and that's kind of the difference nowadays. You wouldn't have got away with that back in the day, but again, the hitting's a little different.
There's a good hit there on 1st down as Greenfield handed it off to Waddle. He got it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 4. Sets up 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, getting a little chippy out there too. I mean, listen, Norris scores 55 points a game. They're used to just beating the tar out of people. And you get them in a, if you're able to get this thing to half at 14-0 or 14-7, it's uncharted ground for them. And that's what I'm telling you. Don't give them turnovers, and I don't think you'll see these ridiculous scores. But again, they've been the recipient of it in all 3 games, at least 4 turnovers a game.
2nd down and 5, and flag thrown before the snap of the football. Got a little bit of motion there on the Titans' offensive line, so that'll back them up 5 yards. And it'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, to finish my point, I applaud Blair's effort. This is, you can just say by age or by depth right now, it is what it is. It's an ebb and flow. It's high school, right? They go, they leave, more kids come in, and it's going to change too. But Blair doing a pretty darn good job of at least not getting pushed around, right? Uh-oh.
Ooh, hard count, and that time they got the Bears into the neutral zone there. I didn't see any Titans flinch. So they'll get their 5 yards back. That was the left side of the Bears' defensive line that would cross into the neutral zone. So 2nd and 5 now coming again. 6:10 left to play here in the 1st half. It's 14-0 Norris.
Did it again.
Wow. Another hard count. And the Bears will move into the neutral zone. That 5 yards should move the sticks and should make it 1st down and 10 now for Norris.
Yeah, it's bad to do it once. It's a runnable in practice offense for everybody if you do it twice, right, folks? I mean, if you get in college or the pros where it's really loud, you just simply got to watch the ball, right?
First and 10 now from the 46. Greenfield's going to throw, and incomplete. Threw it into traffic. Murray almost got his hands on another interception there. The pass was intended for Holland. Second and 10 coming up.
Yeah, and I got to call out my boy Andrew Korth. I think I got on him a couple weeks ago, but was just playing off so much, and they started to go at it because I think that was a winnable game for Blair up here with Pius. And again, boy, he looks like a different player. He's doing a wonderful job covering people, and he was right on it.
They'll hand it off here on second and 10. Waddle, the ball carrier, got it to the 49-yard line. Carson Fowl in there on the stop for the Bears. Now a third down coming up here, and really Blair needs to find a way to get their defense off the field. Let's see if they can do it. Third and about 6, maybe 7.
Yeah, and Marcus Nelson back in the game, and then that, again, most everything I've seen, even in this down and distance, they like the short passing game. But again, Blair really got to must do a better job of wrapping up Nelson, right?
They'll motion one man to the right side of the formation. Looks like they're trying to set up a screen, as you said, Dan. Greenfield's going to roll to his left, force near the sideline. Did he get to the sticks? I'm not sure that he did. He's going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 45, so he's just short. But might not be surprised to see Norris go for it here. It's 4th and 1.
Yeah, that was too bad because Blair doing a pretty good job coverage, right? You'd like to get the sack out of that, right? And everything broke down on the right side, and again had a chance to get him back here around the 50-yard line and didn't. And again, anybody run along the sideline, you simply got to put a stamp on them, right? You just can't be juked like that. So
Nelson in the game at that tailback spot. Let's see if they go to him. No, Greenfield's going to keep it, quarterback keeper, and he tried to get the edge. He got enough. Bit risky there, but he did get enough. He picked up about 1.5 yards. That's all they needed. Sets up 1st and 10.
Yeah, Blair's doing a pretty good job of trying to keep him, but it's only 1 yard, folks. It's not real darn hard to get, but he got just a little more. But again, Blair doing a pretty good job up front, and like I say, I appreciate that, right? I've played in a lot of games, and you beat me on the scoreboard, but I really don't like seeing kids getting thrown around, and it's not happening. So good job.
They'll hand off to Waddle here on first down. He's inside of the 40 to the 35-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 8. Had a pretty good hole that time on the inside of that line to run through. 2nd and 2 coming up.
Yeah, it looked like that's really one of the first times I've seen Blair get blown back. It was, most of our linemen, and I saw no backers getting up, probably 5 yards deep. So, again, you want to slow this machine down. You gotta work hard at the line of scrimmage.
Waddle stays in the game. Greenfield will hand it off to him, trying to bounce it outside. Here over on the left side, not going to do it. Korth in on the tackle for the Bears. He got maybe 1 yard on the play. 3rd and 1 coming up.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Norris isn't. I don't know if it's out of respect or what. They're just running the ball, folks. I mean, they do pass a little, and they're just really not taking the occasion to do it. Now, he's not been real successful other than the broken down play where they scored. I don't know, just running the rock mostly, folks. And it's a good night to get their line going, a good night to get our line going at them. Well, that's one way to do it.
3rd and 1. They tried the hard count. The Bears jumped, but I think they just weren't close enough to get to the neutral zone. They weren't set yet.
I don't know about that. They just didn't give it to them.
The officials didn't throw the flag anyway.
Yeah, it's the old days. If you didn't, a lot of times you didn't touch somebody, you get back. But anymore, they're pretty picky about the neutral zone. So, but again, was that Norris taking the time out? I guess you can't take them with you. So, under 3 minutes here, and we're at a 14-0 game. So, if you told me that's where we'd be right now with a turnover, right? I'd say it's a pretty good game so far.
2:58, as Dan said, left to play. We'll keep it right here. It's 14-0. Bears defense facing a 3rd and 1. You kind of have to believe this is 2-down territory. With two touchdown lead, and the way that Norris has been able to run the ball, looks like they're going to leave Nelson in the game. It was a bit of a decoy last time. They didn't hand it to him, but with a 200-pound tailback in the backfield, Dan, that seems to be where you'd want to go.
Yeah, and I'm at 3rd and 1. I don't think I'm even going to run my quarterback. I'm just going to hand off and see what my all-state running back can do, right? So the lines, I think Blair's done a pretty good job of holding the line of scrimmage, except maybe the one play I called out. But they're pretty good up there, folks. They're pretty good up front.
Greenfield under center. He'll hand it off to Nelson. No, it's a play fake. Pardon me. Good play action. Rolls out to his right. Had a man open down there at the 20. Pass is caught. I believe that is Quinn Boudreau. Good gain there by Norris. That's that passing game you were talking about, Dan. He was wide open. He picks up plenty of yard. It'll be 1st and 10 inside of the 20.
Yeah, if you're averaging 55 points a game, you're probably not running the rock every time, right? So they do like to mix in a bit of passing, and again, they've got, I think, 4 or 5 different kids with TDs this year, so they like to mix it up.
A little bit of miscommunication. Greenfield's tailback went the wrong way. Now he's going to improvise, rolling out to his left. He's pressured over here, and he's going to make his way down to the 15-yard line, so he's able to get positive yardage out of it, a gain of 3. 2nd down coming up. Still plenty of time. Norris has 2 timeouts left, and we're just going to tick under the 2-minute mark.
Yeah, in the film I've seen, Greenfield's, I think his preference is to get rid of the ball and throw the ball. He loves to throw the ball down the field. But he can run, folks. And Blair just a little tentative, and I think they missed him along the sideline here earlier, and now we're kind of, we're squaring up so much we're not hitting him. But he's got to pay for being out there and running, too.
He'll hand off to Nelson here on 2nd down. Nelson keeps his legs churning, ran through a couple of tackles, and as you said earlier, Dan, just sort of stayed behind his offensive lineman inside of the 10 all the way down to the 6. Gain of 9 on the play. It sets up 1st and goal.
Yeah, really, to be quite honest, he runs a lot like Blaze, right? I mean, he's a yard yak guy. I kind of thought before I watched some film, I thought, well, maybe he's just a step faster. He's just this, and I'm going, well, he's quick, but he's really not, folks. He runs hard.
He's going to try it again here on 1st and goal. It runs right through a tackle inside of the 5 and down to the 4. Nice job there by the Bears to get the gang tackle, make the initial contact. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, good hard run. Again, Blair doing a little bit better job of wrapping him up, right? He's just one of those 10-yard runners, right? He runs downhill and he runs hard, and again, it's 200 pounds that you're stopping, and if you're going to try to arm tackle him, he's probably going to get 3 or 4 more. But anyway, Blair doing a better job of wrapping him up.
Whistle before the snap of the football. Bears may have called timeout, and they did. 33 seconds left. I was going to say Norris seems more than content to let this clock just continue to run. It's only 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, but important spot here for the Bears defense to try anything they can do to make this, or keep this rather, a 14-point game.
Yeah, I agree.
Their backs are against the wall, figuratively and literally speaking.
I agree. And we've seen this out of other Blair teams, too, in the past. We come into a game where, like, heck. You're playing just a team that, folks, this team beat state champs from last year 49-3. And, again, beat them physically, beat them on the scoreboard, got home faster. They did everything better that day, and I've watched it. But like I say, if you keep this thing decent, and we've seen other Blair teams do it, like I say, we've seen them keep people at 28-7 on games that they're beating everybody else 56-0. And that's really what this is about, right? I mean, you might play some of your best ball against some of these good teams, and you may not come out on the right side of the scoreboard, but you've done well.
Here we go, 2nd and goal. They will hand it off straight forward. This is Waddle. The Bears blew it up nicely on the inside of that defensive line. Clock running under 25 seconds. Titans certainly will call a timeout here. They've got 2 left, and there's the first one. So 3rd down coming up. Did he get a yard on the play? Doesn't look like it. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 3. Nice job there by the interior part of that Bears defensive line.
Yeah, and it looked like we kind of stunned it a little bit, and assuming they're not going to throw the ball and kind of pinched. We didn't care about containment there, right?
Right.
We think we know what they're going to do, so they're not real fast. If they're going to snap the ball 4 or 5 yards deep and then hand it off, you can pinch off those ends, and get to it and that's really what we did. But now I would say them sitting with one timeout left. Of course, it's also third down. You may see them mix it up a little bit, right? You know, because really you're gonna, if you don't get it, you're gonna burn your timeout and kick a field goal.
Yep.
But really, I think they'd rather have the touchdown. So I think you might see a little rollout, a little something. But so Blair have to be pretty disciplined on this one.
I was going to
blitz
ask.
the living crap out of him, right? There's two ways to
That
do
can
it.
work too, yeah.
Send 8 and just make him flee. But now you got your all-state running back there, so it'd be interesting to see what he does.
Nelson is the tailback. Greenfield under center. He'll take the snap. They'll hand off to him, and he's plowing behind his offensive line. Did he get in? He did. It's a 3-yard touchdown run. The Bears were one step away from having him wrapped up for about a 2-yard loss, but he followed that offensive line and churned his way into the end zone for a 3-yard touchdown. Makes it 20-0.
Yeah, it's just hard running. It was defended. It was blocked well. It's just a good football play. And again, the last 2 yards is him.
Greenfield's extra point is up and good. 19.1 seconds left. Norris adds to their lead. They're up 21-0. We're almost to halftime here. We'll keep it right here. We're going to have an extended halftime tonight. Well, of course, we'll turn our microphones off. You don't want to listen to us, but the Bears. It is homecoming, so they'll have the homecoming court out here. We'll get an extended halftime show from the Blair High School Marching Band. So I'm told it'll be about a 20-minute halftime. So if you're at home watching, listening, whatever, and you need to step away, we'll have little over 20 minutes for our halftime break here tonight. 21-0 is your score, though. We still have a little bit of business to take care of. See if the Bears can't somehow sneak something out in the back end of this half. They do have one timeout left. So far, Greenfield has only given them one kick to return. It was the first one. Everything after that has been kicked into the end zone, and there's no wind at all. We'll see what he can do here. Daggett and Smutney back to return. This is a low kick this time by Greenfield. It will bounce just inside of the pylon and into the end zone. So well done there by the quarterback / kicker for the Titans. 19.1 seconds left. Bears will have it at the 20. I don't know, Dan, you talk about the speed of Hayden Daggett. Do you take a shot and see if you can get him down the sideline, or do you try something conservative and just go to half down 21-0?
Well, I mean, I guess you probably could, just throw something down the field. It's not worked out real well for us, but they could run a little bit of a post pattern or something and just put the ball up. I think he is a step faster than his guy. I don't know if Norris will adjust and keep their safeties back there. They back up a little bit.
Leggett's going to work from the shotgun. Bauman's back there with him. They had a little bit of miscommunication. I think Blaze dropped that ball. I'm not sure he believed it was coming to him, but I think Bauman able to fall back on top of it, and that probably is a sign that the Bears should head into the locker room and regroup, and the clock will run out on the first half. It's 21-0. Norris comfortably in front. The Bears have done a nice job, just haven't been able to put points on the board. We'll step away for our extended halftime, a 20-minute halftime break for homecoming. We'll be back with the second half on BSDN Live.
Thank you for being a part of BSDN Live coverage of the Blair Bears. We're proud to partner with many local businesses that are supporting all of the Blair School activities. Join us in thanking them as well. Awful Nice Guys Heating and Air Conditioning, locally serving Washington County for 25 years and counting. Find out more about Mike Beebe and the team at awfulniceguys.com. Memorial Community Hospital and Health System, serving Blair, Fort Calhoun, and Tacoma with continued expansion of services from birth and beyond. Learn more at mchhs.org. Woodhouse Auto Family, serving our community and the world with all of your driving needs. Search woodhouse.com. For real estate, nobody knows Washington County like WC Real Estate. Blair Eye Associates, Dr. Ryan Palmer. Jackson and Associates, Inc. RVR Bank for your local banking and wealth management needs. Balls Out Motors, Tax and Business Consultants, Turnkey Nerds, SEI Security Equipment, Inc., and Great Plains Communications. Thank you for being a part of BSDN live coverage of the Blair Bears. We're proud to partner with many local businesses that are supporting all of the Blair School activities. Join us in thanking them as well. Awful Nice Guys Heating and Air Conditioning, locally serving Washington County for 25 years and counting. Find out more about Mike Beebe and the team at awfulniceguys.com. Memorial Community Hospital and Health System, serving Blair, Fort Calhoun, and Tacoma with continued expansion of services from birth and beyond. Learn more at mchhs.org. Woodhouse Auto Family, serving our community and the world with all of your driving needs. Search woodhouse.com. For real estate, nobody knows Washington County like WC Real Estate. Blair Eye Associates, Dr. Ryan Palmer. Jackson and Associates, Inc. RVR Bank for your local banking and wealth management needs. Balls Out Motors, Tax and Business Consultants, Turnkey Nerds, SEI Security Equipment, Inc., and Great Plains Communications.
Well, welcome back here to Krantz Field. Halftime is over. We're ready for the second half. 21-0 is the score. Bears with some work to do, and they'll have to start on the defensive side of the football if Norris handled their choices properly, I guess. Norris kicked to start the game. I do remember once upon a time a team kicked both times after messing it up. That's right.
That's a youth football thing. You always got to kind of make sure they know, right?
Yeah. But really, Dan, important for the Bears defense to come out. They've, for the most part, have really done a nice job against this high-powered offense. But is it asking too much to come out? Hey, can we get a 3-and-out for us here and get it to the offense?
No, I don't think it is. I mean, it's 21-0. We'd rather it would be maybe 14-7, something like that. I think that's really what I saw, right? I don't think we played better than Norris. I don't think Norris looks bad. They look good, but we played them pretty well, and then they have them pop something in at the very end. But listen, I don't think it's beyond our ability to play with them, and that's really what we're trying to do here. So, you got a young quarterback. Let's get him some opportunities to see a defense like this, and that'll help him grow. And like I say, play hard like you did the first half. And again, I think what's key against definitely Norris is don't give him the ball, right? And when I say don't give them the ball, don't hand them over the ball. Right. I mean, try to have long, sustained drives and try to keep their offense up the field. But silly turnovers is kind of what we've been able to avoid, and it's helped.
Bauman will kick it away. It's a little squib kick, and the Titans were ready for it, it appears. They fall on it right at about the 30-yard line. Good heads-up play there by their wide receiver, Connor Terry. It'll be 1st and 10 for Norris. Pretty good field position here to start the second half.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see how you come out of the locker rooms, right? I kind of want to think maybe Norris got a little bit of a butt chewing in there, Brian. I mean, when you're beating people by 50 points a game, and you're kind of in a game here, so I'm sure they kind of got it to them. Blair's challenge will be is to play as well or a little bit better he did in that first half.
Try to set the tone here on the first drive of the second half. Greenfield will hand it off. It's the starting tailback that's back out there in the game. Carries it out near the 50-yard line. That's Grayson Addison. We really didn't call his name that much on the offensive side of the football in the second quarter, but a pretty good carry there. Picked up 18. It'll be 1st and 10 again.
Yeah, kind of confused there. I mean, it looks like it was actually decently blocked, but you had folks on him. You got to get off your blocks and make tackles, right? And that's kind of what we're going to need to do.
They'll hand it off to Addison again, and this time he's going to be dumped in the backfield. Blaze Bauman is back there. Carson Fowl back there as well. It'll be a loss of a yard on the play. That's much better, Dan.
Yeah, as I was finishing my point, yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Right? So it just seemed like everybody was messing with their blockers on that first one, and he just kept running until somebody knocked him down. He's a little slight, right? He runs hard, but it's not Nelson out there, so he can be knocked down a little easier.
So 2nd down and 11. They'll hand it off to Addison again. This time a little cutback right up the middle. Good running there. He found a lane and took it down into Blair territory near the 40. They're going to actually spot it at the 40. That'll be enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, again, Blair a little slow to get off blocks, and Addison ran by that first line of defense. And like I say, if you're going to play that position, you're going to be blocked, right? But you got to know where the ball is, and you got to get off blocks and make tackles. He simply just ain't like he hit the Jets. He just literally walked, 8 yards till somebody hit him. So that can't happen.
Addison's out, Waddle's in that tailback spot. They'll hand it to him. He's hit in the backfield, kind of kept his legs moving, got back to the line of scrimmage, picked up 2 yard, maybe 2 on the play. Carson Fowl in on the tackle for the Bears. 2nd and 9 coming up.
Yeah, a little bit of a stunt there, right, with Carson. He came off his guy, and then kind of pinched down real hard off the edge. And, again, those handoffs from that shotgun, you generally do have enough time to kind of blitz in there and get something.
High snap, Greenfield able to handle it, gets it into the hands of Waddle. He'll take it down inside of the 35 to the 34. Another running play and a gain of 6. That sets up 3rd down, and now Norris will bring in tailback number 3, and that's Marcus Nelson. Maybe the most dangerous of the 3.
Yeah, Blair actually on that play before, I don't know if it's a stunt or just his read, but yeah, you had your leading tackler pretty much in the backfield, right? You got to make tackles. So he kind of slapped his head there, but it doesn't do any good. We've seen this before a little bit, is to get somewhere. It's not a drill. You got to go get the ball.
Bears showing blitz up the middle. Greenfield runs an option here, gets it to Nelson. Nelson bounces out around the outside of a couple of tacklers, takes it down to the 31, 32-yard line. So we've seen that little option pitch run to the right. We've seen it run to the left. A nice ambidextrous look there from the starting quarterback.
Yeah, and good pursuit by Blair, really. I mean, you got an all-state running back running, that kind of motion, that kind of pitch, and the pursuit was good, and it's much better job wrapping up. I mean, it's a different world when you'll do that.
4th and short. They're going to hand it off to Nelson. He slips through a couple of arm tackles, still churning his feet inside of the 25 to the 24-yard line. Dan, the Bears had him in the backfield, couldn't hold him, and he gets the 1st down.
You cannot, and I repeat, you cannot have that kind of action and run by the ball carrier. It's just not going to happen for you. So I like the scheme. It was schemed correct. You got to break down and you got to wrap him up. And arm tackles just ain't going to work on him.
Well, that's what I was about to say. He's a 200-pound tailback. You're not going to arm tackle him. 1st and 10. Greenfield's going to throw it this time. Man open over the middle. Caught at the 10-yard line. Pretty big collision down there, but holding on to the football, I think, is going to be number 6. That's Chris Garner Jr. 1st down and goal coming up for the Titans.
Yeah, Garner's a pretty good college-level talent, too. I think we might have talked about him maybe even a few years ago, and he's been playing here since he was a freshman or sophomore. But He got rocked.
Greenfield with a hard count. Bears almost jumped into the neutral zone, but now the Titans will look over to the sideline, and they'll get the play signaled in from their coaching staff. Waddle's in the game at the tailback spot. Greenfield will roll to his right. Waddle's out in front of him. The pass is thrown out there complete in the flat, knocked out of bounds shy of the goal line. Be number 0. That's Alex Small. 2nd down and goal coming up.
Yeah, they showed it. And then they ran it, and we just couldn't stay with the route. But also pretty good execution like we talked about earlier. I mean, it's a tough play to stop. You almost got to know it's coming and or jump it. But Blair defended it as well as they could.
There's play action here. Yep, pass is thrown, tipped in the end zone, and almost intercepted. A couple of Bears had their hands on it. Falls harmlessly to the turf. That would have been a huge break there for Blair. As it stands, it's going to set up 3rd and goal from inside of the 5 at about the 2.
Yeah, normally, a Norris team would just be pounding and putting it in the end zone. They're choosing to kind of open things up, give everybody a little bit of work. But really, he threw a fastball. Guy was standing flat-footed, just couldn't, kind of became a tip drill, folks. It's just nobody else got it. So, anyway.
Titans will leave Waddle in the game. He's set up behind Greenfield. Little option here to the near side. Greenfield ducks it up in and around the 2-yard line. Bears spinning him, working him around, and they finally throw him to the turf. He's not going to get to the end zone. 4th down coming up here, and it's decision time for the Norris offense.
Yeah, getting a little chippy out there. And like I say, I don't think they like the fact he got thrown down at the end, but he's also trying to run out of – kid doesn't give up. So if you're not going to give up, and we've seen that on our side of the ball, kind of like having forward progress, getting out of and running backwards, that's kind of what he was doing. So anyway, looks like they're going to go for it.
Yeah, they bring in Marcus Nelson, 200-pound senior tailback, off the sideline. He already scored once with just kind of a drive right up the middle. Let's see if they try it again here. There's a snap. They'll hand it to him. No, rollout, sorry. Play action to the right side. A pass is incomplete.
Just a silly call, folks. Silly call.
Boy.
Yeah, I'm handing to my 200-pound running back who's averaging 190 yards a game. Silly call. That's one they'll want back. But I guess, it's 21-0. You got a little breathing room. Let's open things up. And, folks, it was there.
Absolutely.
Right?
Wide open.
We had 9 guys in the box, so it was definitely there. And I guess you leave us on our half-yard line. So, but again, just a little maybe overthrown, or just something wasn't quite right with the pass. But again, he's nobody was around him, so all he had to do was execute. But again, you also go back to 3rd down, and I think you can run some pretty base offense and let your line take over. So interesting play call.
No room for error here from the Bears. They're lined up on their half-yard line, as Dan said. They're going to hand it to Blaze Bauman straight forward on a dive. He got out of the end zone, maybe picked up a half a yard if he's lucky. I think he's lucky just really to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to set up 2nd down.
Yeah, you're in a tough spot down there. I mean, they're going to have 9 guys in the box. Maybe you can run some kind of cross-buck, just something, or it's really even hard to trap because they've got so many linemen and backers are close. So Blair will probably try to do something similar again.
Leggett's under center. There's a snap. They are going to pull a couple of blockers, hand off to Bauman, and Blaze once again got out of the end zone, and that's about it. There's just not much you can do down here. You can't really try to get too creative because anything that is wrapped up in the backfield is 2 points for Norris.
Yeah, again, this is where this team, as we get in towards the end of the year, even the next year, you have a young quarterback, great, but he's pretty mobile, right? You're handing the keys to him, so these are things where you've got to allow him to roll out and or to use his feet because he's, like I say, he's as mobile as anybody we've had in the last several years, so you're going to have to open it up.
On 3rd down, they are going to open it up. Leggett looking down the near side. Passes thrown and incomplete. Pretty good idea here, but I think maybe just led his receiver a little bit too far out of bounds. The pass was intended. It looked like, was it Andrew Smutney over here on the near side? Not sure, but either way, incomplete, and now tough situation as they'll send Luke Donner to punt. His heels will be basically on the back of the end zone.
Yeah, Blair going, 15, 20 yards up the field, and they didn't need that, right? You needed 10, 12 yards and get some breathing room. But, again, they're going to be coming on this one, sir.
High snap. Donner gets it away. Pretty good punt. It'll bounce out of bounds right in front of the Bears coaching staff at the 35-yard line. So the Bears do get it out of the shadow of their own goalpost, but really Norris takes over in great field position. 4 minutes and 31 seconds left in the third quarter. It's 21-0 Titans.
Well, we talk about turnovers, and again, I can guarantee this. I don't know the exact stat, but Norris is way positive in the turnover category through 3 games in this first half. But it wouldn't hurt to sometimes things swing the other way too. You keep playing discipline, you hit hard. A turnover or something, a break would be kind of nice for Blair.
Greenfield under center. Looks like Waddle will start the drive as the tailback. He's lined up behind him. They'll fake it to him. Greenfield wants to throw. He's pressured, rolling to his right. Pass is thrown. It's caught out there at the 25-yard line, turning the corner and moving up the sideline. It's Garner Jr. again. That was a little bit better hookup there as Garner takes it all the way down to about the 16-yard line.
Yeah, kind of interesting. I think he chose well, right? They got a linebacker on him, and Garner's very athletic. And again, I think he's maybe a little underutilized at this point. But again, they're not in their murderer's row part of their schedule, which will be towards the end and we're into the playoffs. So we'll see if Garner doesn't step up and get the ball a little more.
Greenfield will hand it off on first down as Waddle is dumped basically at the line of scrimmage, falls forward inside of the 15 to the 14-yard line. It looked like Tucker Storjohn in on the tackle. 2nd and about 7 coming up.
Yeah, Norris seemingly in their playbook now a little bit, mixing the pass with the run, and it hasn't got them in the end zone through most of this third quarter, but they are driving.
Also chewed up a ton of clock. They'll hand it off again to Waddle. He tries the left side this time. Got to about the 12-yard line. 3rd down coming up at about 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, I think that was Rosterman coming off the edge. And again, he made up a lot of ground to pull him down for a short gain. So nice work there for number 35. But yeah, he came about 7 or 8 yards and caught him and got him down. But Blair's showing a little bit of that pinching and a little things like that. So
on 3rd and 5, it's Greenfield from the shotgun. He will hand it or fake the handoff again, rolling to his right, fires it into the end zone, touchdown. Had a man open in the back of the end zone. It's Shane Holland. Did a good job, I thought the tailback did. That was Nelson that ran out the play fake, froze the safety, and 6 more points for Norris on the board.
Yeah, just a simple post route there, right, and put it on the numbers. So, like I say, pretty well defended. I think Andrew Korth was on him, but again, you're one-on-one land, right? So even one step and a perfect ball, it's kind of hard to make it up.
Extra point is good by Greenfield. 3:09 left to play in the third quarter. It's now Norris 28 and Blair 0. We'll step away for 60 seconds. We'll be back with more third quarter action here on BSDN Live.
Thank you for being a part of BSDN Live coverage of the Blair Bears. We're proud to partner with many local businesses that are supporting all of the Blair School activities. Join us in thanking them as well. Awful Nice Guys Heating and Air Conditioning, locally serving Washington County for 25 years and counting. Find out more about Mike Beebe and the team at awfulniceguys.com. Memorial Community Hospital and Health System, serving Blair, Fort Calhoun, and Tacoma with continued expansion of services from birth and beyond. Learn more at mchhs.org. Woodhouse Auto Family, serving our community and the world with all of your driving needs. Search woodhouse.com. For real estate, nobody knows Washington County like WC Real Estate. Blair Eye Associates, Dr. Ryan Palmer. Jackson & Associates, Inc. RVR Bank.
Welcome back here to BSDN Live. Ball on the tee. We're ready to resume play as Greenfield will kick it away. Now up 28-0 are the Titans. Nice high end-over-end kick. Smutney's going to try and bring this one out from near the goal line. He's across the 25-yard line, and he'll be dropped there Boy, Dan, I don't know about that. He was almost in the end zone and then almost out of bounds at the 1. I'm not sure.
Oh, he definitely stepped back into the end zone. I mean, the white hat's right back there. I don't know if we're all communicating here. I mean, hey, that's football. That's the way it should be played. I like that.
Yeah.
He made the decision. He came out and did a pretty good job. But normally, that foot crosses that back line, you're done.
You're dead, right.
They just blow it dead, and that's the second time we've seen that. And I'm going, well, I don't know.
Okay.
Old school rules.
Yeah. Not bad starting field position after a pretty good return there by Andrew. It's out to the 24-yard line, so the Bears can breathe a little easier than the start at their half-yard line they saw on the last drive. Leggett's going to hand off here. It's Bauman trying to dance around a couple of defenders in the backfield. He wasn't able to do so. That was good penetration there by Norris. Blaze going to lose about 2 on the play, back to near the 21-yard line. It's going to set up second down.
Yeah, you're going to have to do something here, folks, to the middle was a little bit looser earlier in the game because they're also thinking, well, what are you going to run at me, right? Are you going to do this? You're going to do that? So I'm going to play a little more base. And now they're pretty much know at this point, if you don't have – you got to have some other wrinkles to throw at them. Otherwise, they're going to keep 7 in the box, and 5's not going to block 7, folks. It's just not going to happen.
And so on second down, they'll fake the handoff. Now they're going to toss it to Daggett, who's going to try to get the edge over there. Norris had him bottled up for a minute. Now he's going to try and reverse field. If he can get around one man, he's got some running room, but he's unable to do so. He's taken out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Good job by Hayden just to get that much back as Kyson Ghana takes him out of bounds. They'll lose a yard and sets up 3rd and long.
Yeah, he ran about 80 yards, to get back where he was, But even though the cutback, you're still one guy. Everybody went upfield to block. If somebody gets the one guy, you're going to see that speed, and I don't believe anybody out there is going to catch him. But again, one guy was let through the net when he peeled back, and that was.
Carson Fowles in the game here on 3rd down. Daggett's going to let it fly.
Oh, that's a hand.
And incomplete, but there we got the pass interference call. Exactly right. Excuse me, that was Leggett that let it fly. Had a receiver down there. I think it was Hayden Daggett that he was trying to get it to. Likely going to be a pass interference call, and we'll see a 1st down coming up.
Yeah, he grabbed on once and then grabbed on twice and slowed him down. And really, I think it was a pretty well thrown ball.
Right.
I mean, without the grabs, I honestly, folks, it was really a nice ball. And so execution-wise, I think it was there. But in high school and even college, right? And I think college will change, but are you going to take the short gain on the penalty, or are you going to give somebody a touchdown or 50 yards? And really, there's no decision there. Right?
No.
Now in the pros, you're going to get the ball there, but it's always surprising me that college has not changed that, right? Because if I'm beat and the ball's in the air and I think, oh heck, I'll just tackle you, right, or grab you, do whatever, and I'll take the penalty. It's not going to change the flow of the game too much. So anyway, probably a good decision by the Norris defender.
So after the 15, it's 1st and 10 for the Bears from the 36. And that pass is thrown. Well, it's knocked out of the hands of Brevin Leggett, and they will say it's an incomplete pass and not a fumble. Good job by Leggett to get that one out before the defenders got to it. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, and the only thing there is one guy came off the edge, and Brevin need probably step up, right? Kind of shake him. He's kind of slippery back there. Maybe wait, shake, and then get the ball off. That's easy to say, but I think he thought, well, I can get this ball off, and he had a guy open. But yeah, he took it on not the blind side, but the front side, which normally we say, hey, you can see that guy coming, so step up, or as a team, block that guy.
On 2nd down, Leggett's going to throw again. He's hammered, but got it away, and the pass is incomplete. Once again, trying to get it to Daggett over there in a foot race, and he overthrew him by a couple of yards. 3rd down is on the way. By the way, it's still Carson Fowl in the backfield as Blaze Bauman is over here on the sidelines getting attended to by our training staff. We'll see if they're able to get him back in the game. But 3rd and 10 coming up from the 36.
Yeah, it looks like his pads are off, so he must have a stinger or something on his shoulder. So I think Blaze's night is done. But again, if they rushed 4 guys and we literally got 4 or 5 guys to block them, 3 should not be sacking your quarterback. So big fellas up front, man, you got to give them time.
On 3rd and 10, Leggett's going to throw. Looked like maybe a little bit of miscommunication. He had a wide receiver screen. He was lucky that his receiver went up and made the catch. It was Daggett that caught it, but he's dropped for about a 4 or 5 yard loss. 4th down's coming up. That play just didn't look right from the beginning, Dan.
Well, there's a saying, right? Once the blood's in the water, once I think you can't execute, then I'm just going to send 7 guys every time because I don't think you can execute. And I know you can't block 7, even if the line does a great job. I'm going to do that, and there's, I'm going to make you pay. But once the blood's in the water, they're going to be coming.
Donner out there to punt it away. Shane Holen back to return.
Nice punt.
Gets a pretty good punt away. Holen handles it at the 35. Went right through his arms, but he picked it up. And then is dropped down at about the 40, 41-yard line. That's where the Norris offense will take over with just under a minute left to play in the 3rd quarter. Titans still in control. 28-0 is your score.
Yeah, and I don't know. Sometimes you see programs kind of understand the ebb and flow of things. So 28-0. This game is probably in hand, right? So what do you want to do here? Do you want to? Would you rather see that thing at 49-0? I don't know, but you got to continue to play hard.
Greenfield's going to throw it on 1st down. Pass is caught over there out near about the 48-yard line. That's Dallas Washington with the catch. I was about to say I would be surprised if they throw the football on this drive, so I'm glad I didn't say that because I would have been wrong.
Well, it's Norris now. I mean, like I say, I'm trying to say this as politically correct as possible. It's 28-0, and
right.
You're going to go into the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
The game's in hand, folks. Now, if you want to go throw the ball down the field, that's fine. I mean, it comes around, goes around. It's what happened mostly in my life. So do what you got to do. We just got to play hard.
Greenfield's going to throw it again. Pass is complete into Blair territory at about the 48-yard line. Receiver this time, I think, is Luke Findley. 1st and 10 coming up again for the Titans. Likely will be the last play of the 3rd quarter, however, as our clock is running under 10 seconds. Norris doesn't look like they're in a hurry.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to let this thing run out. And I would imagine, like say, you keep your starters out there, and Blair keep hitting them hard, right? I mean, it's been a good hard-hitting game. I understand it's 28-0, but I still think this is if you ask me, this is a 21-7 game. I mean, they've played well enough. I'm not going to make any bones about it.
Yep.
But Blair has not backed off these guys, right? They didn't come in here and push you around and beat you down. It's not been that kind of game, folks. It's been very physical, as we've seen Blair play. So I would imagine you'd see Norris probably start to, they brought, 55, 56 kids?
Yep.
They have good depth. I think we mentioned that very, very early on. But they're pretty quality through at least 2 deep. So I think 4 deep at running back, right? So I think you're going to see some of that now. But, again, don't think that things will get sloppy for them. They seem to execute pretty well with their backups too. So, like I say, Blair's got a quarter to play, and they've showed up and represented well. So, but let's not change that now.
Yeah, and like you said, Dan, it's 28-0. But really, the Blair defense has played a pretty good game. I mean, they've allowed 28 points, but how many times have we seen short field for Norris here, right? And the Blair offense has moved the ball. At times they had a little bit of trouble, but they have moved the ball, but just unable to put any points on the board. So, yeah, I don't think you're far off saying to say this could be a 21-7 game wouldn't be, with a few things go a little bit differently, wouldn't be too far of a stretch.
Yeah, I agree.
We're ready for the 4th quarter. And Norris will start in Blair territory, 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. We'll do our best to try and get names of any new players out there for you if we can. Right now it looks like pretty much the starters for both the Titans offense and the Bears defense. As Dan mentioned, it's 28-0. Norris out in front. They'll send 3 receivers to the left, 1 man here to the near side. Greenfield from the shotgun. He's back to pass. He's going to look to his left. Now he'll roll that way. Pressured. Got away from 1 man back there. Now he's circling back here to the near side. All kinds of time. Flag thrown in the backfield. Greenfield's going to just duck out of bounds at about the 40-yard line, but this is coming back.
Yeah, I see the play that they called it on. So he peeled back, and I don't think he really wanted to run. He was looking for somebody open. And I saw the block. I'm not quite sure what the flag would be. I didn't see a clip. Did you?
I didn't. I'm not familiar with that hand sign. There was some kind of maybe a crackback block that.
Oh, for a defenseless player.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. I mean, maybe something like that. It didn't look like he cleaned. Well, he did kind of knock him down, but
it was. I didn't think it was all that
vicious.
Too vicious either.
No, I didn't either. So, oh well.
It's a personal foul, and that is the signal there. So they'll step that back 15 yards inside of the Norris 40 down to the 37-yard line. So
yeah, Norris guy's like, who, me, what?
Right.
I mean, he peeled back, and you're going to get those type of blocks, right? But I didn't think he took advantage of the look away thing, but whatever.
He certainly could have hit him a lot harder, I think. 1st and 25. Greenfield will throw it. Has a tailback over here. Dumps it to him. That's Addison. Across the 50, another flag thrown as he's scooting away from Bears tacklers. He's inside of the 30.
There's a hold.
Still on his feet, inside of the 20 to the 10. He'll dive for the pylon. I hate to break it to him, though. This is probably coming back. Nice job there by Grayson Addison with the run after the catch. But
well, I think we had it was a holder clip. Call it what you want. But actually, when he went down, he took out Storjohn, I think, who was actually pursuing. So actually, the one play knocked both defenders out. He cut back and took it down to the goal line. So I think that's what I saw. We'll see what they call.
Yeah, this easy decision here for the Bears coaching staff. If the penalty is called on Norris. Well, they may have fumbled the football.
Oh, he might have down there. It's in that coffin corner, folks. We can't see it.
It sure is. A signal from our official said the penalty was declined, and he turned in motion that it's Blair football. So he perhaps fumbled it way down there inside of the 5-yard line.
Well, it might have got fumbled in the end zone and then recovered, and we're going to take it back out at the 20. So, well,
okay.
Hey. I think they made a very astute call there, Brian. And if your eyes were a little bit better, if you weren't as old as I am, I did not see any of that develop at the end, but it obviously did.
It's a long ways from here. Long ways from up here.
Hanima cheaters. No, we couldn't see that, folks, but obviously that's what happened. So Blair with an opportunity to see if they can get up the field without Blaze.
Good news for the Bears as Leggett will hand off on 1st down. It's Carson Fowl, the backup running back, taking the handoff. He's going to be dropped for a loss on the play back at about the 19-yard line. That will set up 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, you're without your all-conference, perhaps your all-state running back here. Good chance for a young Carson to get some reps, but I think you're going to have to kind of dig in the second page of your book here and say, hey, do I have some possession routes?
Yeah.
We've seen that over the past several years. Do I have something short, or really, I guess you could also pump something up, right? They're a little grabby out there, and they do appear like they like to call it. So I guess push the action, right?
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say the Bears need to hurry as I saw the back judge's hand go up, and they weren't even at the line of scrimmage. They were in jeopardy of a delay of game, but they called timeout before that. 10:40 left to play in the 4th quarter, 28-0 timeout Bears. We're back in 30 seconds on BSDN Live.
Thank you for being a part of BSDN Live coverage of the Blair Bears. We're proud to partner with many local businesses that are supporting all of the Blair School activities. Join us in thanking them as well. Awful Nice Guys Heating and Air Conditioning, locally serving Washington County for 25 years and counting. Find out more about Mike Beebe and the team at awfulniceguys.com. Memorial Community Hospital and Health System, serving Blair, Fort Calhoun, and Tacoma with continued expansion of services from birth and beyond. Learn more at mchhs.org. Woodhouse Auto Family, serving our community and the world with all of your driving needs. Search Woodhouse.
Welcome back here again to BSDN Live. Brian Abrahams and Dan Dahlgren with you. 10:40 left to play in the 4th quarter here from Cransfield and Blair. It's 28-0. Norris out in front. Leggett under center. Carson Fowl, the tailback. 3 receivers to his left. Leggett's going to be pressured. Escapes one man. Couldn't get away from the second. He's dropped inside of the 5-yard line. Dan, that's a couple of linebackers coming at the same time, and one of them got to him.
Yeah, I told you last time. I mean, the blood's in the water, and you don't seemingly have anything you can call that gets the ball out of the hands quick enough, right? Once the blood's in the water, they're going to come every time. Simply come every time. So that's your offense needs to be able to execute certain things to make a blitz. You got to pay for the blitz. You know, you can't blitz every time, and there's a reason for that, but I think you're going to see a lot of it right now.
On 3rd and long, Leggett back to pass, throwing it over here to the near side. Pass is caught near the sideline at about the 22. That's the good news. It'll be a pickup of about 15 or so. The bad news is it's still going to be 4th down and about 8. Good pitch and catch, though, for the Bears.
Yeah, as I was talking about blood in the water and the blitz, and to be quite honest, Norris, for one reason or another, stayed in their base defense and did not blitz, and Blair able to give Levitt enough time to get the ball out. So good ball too by Brevin.
Down 28-0. Bears will go for it on 4th and long. Leggett from the shotgun looks to his left. Flag thrown at the snap of the football, and Leggett's going to be dropped. Sorry, Dan. Dropped back inside of the 10. Is this going to be Norris lining up in the neutral zone or a procedure penalty on the Bears? Flag was thrown right when they snapped it.
Yeah. Well, the way. Shoot! I'd hate to hasten the gas if it's going to call false start, and that's it. So.
So Norris will get the ball back after the procedure penalty. Absolutely. The sack brought it back inside of the 10 to about the 8-yard line, and Norris already leading at 28-0. We'll start with really good field position here. 9:44 left to play in the ball game.
Yeah, I'm sure they're. They got 10 minutes left in this game, so I'm pretty sure they'd like to see 28 be 35 or 42. And again, what we talked about is not giving them turnovers. That's effectively a turnover, right? And it's a turnover inside your 10-yard line. So
right.
That's too easy, right? So I don't know. Do you punt? And you might want to be quite honest.
Greenfield will hand it off on 1st down. Carrying it forward. Flag thrown right in the middle of the action there. I think that's a new tailback in the ball game, 23.
A little holding going on, I believe.
Jacob Cronau is the ball carrier. I think Dan's going to be right with the call of holding, but we'll find out. He got it in near about the 5-yard line, but likely this is going to be coming backwards.
Yeah, it was kind of a scrum in there, so I'm not kind of hard to. I think you could call that virtually every play, and again they're aware of the situation too, so you're not probably going to be given, and they very much would like to punch this in, and so if they see a grab, you're going to get called, right? I mean, you're going to have to earn this one. New quarterback.
And the backup quarterback hands it off to Cronau. He'll carry it inside of the 20 to about the 16-yard line. The new quarterback, if I'm reading my numbers right, Dan, is 18. Is that Ryan Hochstein?
I think I'm going to go with Hochstein.
I think you might be right.
There's a lot of that family all over. So, I mean, it's time, right? But like I say, Blair, finish this thing out and hold them out.
2nd and 17. Hochstein will hand it off. It's Cronau, the ball carrier. Off of that left tackle, he'll get to about the 15, 14-yard line, so he'll pick up 3. It's going to set up 3rd down. It's 3rd and goal from the 14.
Yeah, and Blair getting a few people in there too, but it looks like I was going to say most of the starting line is still out there, but I do see some different numbers too. So just a mixture on both sides of some starters and some backups.
Hochstein under center this time. Little rollout after the play action. Rolling to his right. Now he's going to tuck and run, try to get himself into the end zone. And he's wrapped up inside of the 5. Good job falling forward, though. He got all the way down to the 1. Got to believe Norris will go for it here on 4th down.
Yeah, I would best imagine. And like I say, it's a kindler, gentler game now, right?
Yep.
So you've got a young man running around there, and with the opportunity to kind of make him pay a little bit, and we just kind of sit back and tackle him like it's a drill. And again, I guess that's not how it would have been done back in the day.
So they line up for a little rugby scrum. Tush push, Dan. I'm not sure that the Titans got it there as Hochstein went under center, and the Bears stopped him. So once again, another goal line stand for the Blair defense.
Yeah, and again, a little this goes to the sportsmanship side on Norris too, folks. I mean, I think they have the capability to just make we've seen it in the past too. They'll put 2 or 3 starters back in there and punch that thing in, and again, they score power points and they score these point systems differently. I think Norris controls its own fate with this playoff system we have now. So there's really no reason to run the score up, and they left the players in there that they had, and they're doing a good deal of substituting now. So, like I say, good stop.
Brevin Leggett again standing in his end zone as he takes the snap, hands it off to Carson Fowl. Carson able to get out of the end zone and maybe got 2 yards on the play. It's going to be 2nd down coming up. We'll probably tick past the 7-minute mark left in the ball game here before the next snap.
Got a man down there on Norris. I don't know, a cramp or a hit, but he's up.
One of the Norris defensive linemen. Good news is he's making his way off to the sideline under his own power. So we'll wait for him to jog off, and then they'll resume play. They'll restart the clock. 2nd down and 9 is what they're calling it. Bears, again, in the shadow of their own goalpost. 2 receivers wide to the left. Tight end off the right side. Carson Fowl is the tailback. He'll get the handoff. And did he get out of the end zone? I think he did. Got, again, Dan, it's right up the middle, right into that rugby scrum. Carson got a yard, sets up 3rd down, and call it 8.
Yeah, and like I say, I don't want to beat the point home too much, but like I say, if you're going to have 9, if they're going to have 9 guys in the box, you really could. I mean, the kid runs real well, right? So I mean, I don't think you're risking your season or this game by nice play action and getting him out of there and give yourself some room, but we'll see.
Going to let him throw on 3rd down. Now he's going to roll to his right, fires one out of bounds. Well, it's going to be interesting to see if he was out of the tackle box. Looks like they're going to say it was okay. Pass is incomplete, and it sets up 4th down.
Yeah, a little bit that is, we're still bouncing quick. We're bouncing quick, but we don't have a plan once we bounce, right? And again, probably needs to stay in the pocket, but you also need to give him routes that are there quick, right?
Right.
I mean, this isn't on your quarterback. He literally has 2 seconds to throw the ball, so you really got to design things like quick slants and other things. Just get the ball out of his hands before we have to carry him off the field, So, I mean, that's kind of what I'm saying is somewhere between the scheme and what's going on out there, it's just not happening, and good teams can make it kind of look that way, right? But Norris, very good defense.
Luke Donner will punt it away from his own end zone. Holland is back to return. This one bounces at about the 30, takes a great bounce for Norris inside of the 30 to about the 26, 27-yard line. That's where the Bears will down it. The Titans will take over again on the offensive side, 6:24. Still left to play here in this 4th quarter. Norris up 28-0, trying to move to 4-0 on the season, while the Bears still looking for win number 1.
Yeah, and they are going to move to 4-0, and again, you'd be kind of proud of the effort that Blair's made. I don't know offensively if we've executed great, but defensively, I mean, you got to understand this with playing Scott, and then last week this was a running clock for most of the second half, so it's not that way tonight.
Hochstein, the quarterback, hands off to his backup tailback that's back in the ball game. That's Krenau. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's about it. Sets up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Blair, again, like I said before, a mixture of some starters back in there and then some backups. I would say Norris probably has a little more collection of backups in there. At least their skill position guys have been taken out of the game.
Snap to Hochstein. He will hand it off. Different tailback in the ball game now. He picks his way forward, and he's wrapped up Jace Lantry in on the tackle there, the backup defensive lineman for the Bears. That is Alex Coleman with the carry that time. That would be the 5th tailback we've seen from Norris with a carry here in this game. Sets up 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, and Blair, even no matter who's in there, the defense has to be cognizant of how well I think Hochstein ran last time. So
right.
I'm not sure he throws the rock around yet as well as their starter, but he's pretty quick with his feet. So Blair will have to do a pretty good job being disciplined.
He's back to pass now, looking to his left. Now he's flushed to his right, just as you called, Dan. He escapes the pocket with some room to run. It's down near the 20-yard line. It's going to be just shy, I think, of the 1st down, but picked up good yardage there with his legs and sets up another 4th and short.
Yeah, sometimes you run for your life, and that's kind of point I was trying to kind of make a little bit with our guy is sometimes if you got to bounce, you got to bounce, and a lot of times guys will bounce too quick, and he bounces pretty quick, right? He knows I'm going to go run, and it's very successful. Long field goal here.
38-yarder, Greenfield. It's a low kick, hooking left, and he snuck it in that lower left-hand corner. So the starting quarterback comes back out and tacks on a
duck hook.
Yes. 38-yard field goal. This is where we bring in the discussion on your golf game, Dan?
Yeah,
no?
that was my that was a duck hook off my 7-iron, but his went farther. I might get that on the bounce, but anyway, yeah. What's left of my golf game? Sir.
Right. Well, it's 31-0 now. 4:52 left to play here as Norris has added 3 more points. As Dan said, they will move to 4-0. Let's take a look while we have the opportunity at the rest of the season for the Titans. Obviously, they're here tonight. They will host Lincoln Pius next Friday. Then they'll have a Thursday game against Lincoln Standing Bear. Then Beatrice, Waverly, and Elkhorn.
Yeah, I mean, their schedule being half of what ours is, right?
Well, let's just take a look. For Blair, it's Elkhorn North, then at Bennington, home against Seward, home against Elkhorn High, and on the road at Scott to finish it out.
Yeah, so do the math, folks. I mean, again, we talked about this. Somebody, somewhere, made that schedule, right? Somebody said, yeah, that looks good. Let's do that. And I'm going, I don't know. That's a tough one.
Tough schedule.
Tough one.
Rest of the way here for the Bears. Short kick this time. Taken by one of the up men over near the 20.
Wow.
That's Carson Fowl. Good job there. Good hard run by Fowl. Got it across the 30 to about the 35. Always nice to have your backup tailback back there. A tough kid and a good return. Sets up pretty good field position here for the Bears.
Yeah, even in the pros and college, it seems that those short little kicks kind of get handled so funny lately. And I'm going, oh, no, not Carson knew exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect. Kick it to me. Did everything correct and just got upfield and got another 10 yards and gives us pretty good field position here. So, hey, just keep swinging and maybe something will work here for you.
See what Leggett in the offense can do. He's got 4 receivers in the formation. Back to pass. Brevin looking to his right. Going to fire it down there. One-on-one coverage, and he overshot Daggett, his intended receiver. That's clearly the matchup they like, Dan, is just get Hayden on a sprint, fly route over there on the far side, just threw it a little bit too far.
Yeah, and they've gone to him a few times here now, so now you're getting the attention of the safety, right? So, my natural thing is to, turn that into a post or something he can open up to the front side. But again, you got the safety really eyeing him now, so I'm pretty sure Hayden's going to be well attended here as we go. But again, they're also backup, so maybe put something in the air.
Let's see what plan B is off of that route. They're going to dump it out this time into the flat. Good catch and run after the completion into Norris territory. Nice job there. That's Colin McCabe. Took it down across the 45 to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, nice job, nice cutback. And, and really maybe about one little group of players away from taking that thing to the house. And like I say, well set up and nice ball by Leggett. I really do like what he's doing on those little swing routes. Everything's getting out of there quick and very, very accurate, so that'll help him down the road.
He's going to try it again here on first down. Nice blocking out there by Bo Meyer. They got it to Hayden Daggett. Daggett got away from one man.
Hold.
He is into the end zone, but we do have a flag thrown on the play. In fact, there are 2 flags thrown on the play. They may say that first block by Meyer and perhaps another one further down near about the 25-yard line. Too bad there for the Bears because that was a really nice pitch and catch.
Well, I really have been waiting just to kind of see him open up, right? You get a track kid out here, a good track kid playing football. It's like it's like Ethan, right?
Yep.
I was wanting to see him open up, and when you do, it's kind of fun, and we got a chance to. Unfortunately, it's coming back.
Both penalties on the Bears. There were 2 flags, and both of them against Blair, so that one will come back, unfortunately. Would have been a 44-yard touchdown reception for Hayden Daggett, but now they'll step it back across the 50 to the Blair 46-yard line after the 10-yard penalty. And it'll be 1st and 20 now with 3:55 left.
It's coming right back at you, pal. It's going to, like say, I'd run that more of a post and just put the ball up, right? See if you're a quick guy can go get it. No, we're going to swing.
They're going to swing it to foul
Cut
this
back.
time. The tailback, he's across the 50 to the 40. Good run there by Carson. Takes it down to the 37-yard line. So they get most of that yardage back, well, all of that yardage back, and then some. It'll be 2nd down and about 3.
Yeah, Blair with most of their starters in on this offensive set, and I'm not sure if Norris has any starters in at this point. So, again, fighting the urge to go put your starters back out there to prove a point, and again, a little bit of a pride series for Blair.
Good work, opportunity
Run
here
it.
for Leggett. He is going to tuck it here. He'll
There we go.
step up in the pocket there inside of the 35 to about the 31-yard line.
I'm clapping loudly, folks, so they can hear me outside. I mean, you know what? I know the offense is never designed to say, I want you to break this off and run it. But if you're going to do it, we always said that with Bodie, if you're going to do it,
Right.
do it right.
That's really what
they can always yell at you, right? They can always say,
Exactly.
don't quit running. Oh, well, I didn't have anything,
Yep.
So I'll go up and get a first down. So nice job, sir.
1st and 10 here for the Bears after the Leggett run from the 31. 2 receivers to his right. Brevon's going to throw it out there. Pass is caught by McCabe. McCabe trying to get the edge over there and does. Got another flag thrown. Then we may have another blocking infraction on one of the Bears wide receivers. We'll see here in just a moment.
Might be hands to the face on the stiff arm, but my gosh. 31-0 game, you're going to call that? We'll see. They're going to call hold. So you must be right, sir, and I must be wrong. But again, it must have, the holding must have occurred more towards the catch.
Perhaps,
A little bit of timing off there.
Early. Yep. Let's see here. We're still waiting for an official signal from our referee.
Yeah, they should pull this guy or give him a speeding ticket down Main Street. This is getting ridiculous. 31-0. I mean, it looked like a pretty good play to me. It didn't break the bank.
It's a personal foul.
Oh,
face
no, the other way.
mask.
Perfect call.
Okay. We knew they were right, didn't we, Dan?
Oh, well, no, it's going the other way. There we go. Well, I mean, there was a little hands to the face. I tell you what Colin does a great job of when he stiff arms. So somebody taught that young man at an early age. I mean, when he stiff arms you, Blaze is pretty good at it too.
Yep.
Some people kind of just faintly do it. Some people just knock you down when they do it, and he's really good at it. I thought that's what they called. So
Holy cow, there's several personal foul penalties here. They moved that ball all the way
I think there
inside
were 2.
of the 10. Yes. Ball's at the
it was
8-yard
a face
line
mask
now.
grabbing bonanza.
Leggett's going to throw. He'll roll to his
Take
left.
it in.
He might as well
Take it
touch
in,
this
big
down
boy.
as well, fires it to the goal line. Pass is caught. Touchdown Bears.
Throw the ball.
Luke Donner
There you go.
in
Nice
the
job.
end zone. Nice job there by Leggett to create some time and a pretty good throw.
Yeah, but really the threat to run, even the time he ran before, the threat to run pulled people off. You got a guy wide open. Excellent decision there. And again, stopped, planted his feet, and put the ball in there. So, you know what? It's a good night to feel good. You played what may be the state championship team. I don't know. I kind of think Elkhorn North might have something to say about that. But again, definitely in the top 3.
Donner will also hammer through the extra point in the absence of Blaze Bauman, and nice job there by Luke getting himself 7. 31-7 is your score now with 2 minutes and 51 seconds left to play in this one. We'll step away for 30 seconds. We'll be back on BSDN Live.
Thank you for being a part of BSDN Live coverage of the Blair Bears. We're proud to partner with many local businesses that are supporting all of the Blair School activities. Join us in thanking them as well. Awful Nice Guys Heating and Air Conditioning, locally serving Washington County for 25 years and counting. Find out more about Mike Beebe and the team at awfulniceguys.com. Memorial Community Hospital and Health System, serving Blair, Fort Calhoun, and Tacoma with continued expansion of services from birth and beyond. Learn more at mchhs.org. Woodhouse Auto Family, serving our community and the world with all of your driving needs. Search woodhouse.com. For real estate, nobody knows Washington County like WC Real Estate. Blair Eye Associates.
Welcome back here again to BSDN Live from Crans Field. It's 31-7. The Bears are on the board. 2:51 left. An 8-yard touchdown pass from Brevin Leggett to Luke Donner. And now Donner, after he knocked through the extra point, will also get a chance to kick this one off.
I'd kick away. I would. I'd just put it right over his head. I don't see any.
It's an onside kick. The Bears had a chance at it, but Norris will field it. It'll bounce either out of bounds or into the hands of the Norris return man who took it out of bounds. Either way, it'll be Norris football.
Well, they say weirder things have happened.
I guess.
You get three of those in a row, 3 long passes, and you're in the game. I'm going, well, all right, that's cool. But now we'll see if they fight the urge to go back, maybe get a little work for their starters. But they've been out for a while. So, and again, the one thing that has worked real well, even with these backups, is Hochstein's feet.
Yep.
Right? A little bit quicker than what we've seen. Maybe not the passer that their starter is, but boy, he can really run.
Yeah, he's definitely more fleet of foot than we saw from Greenfield. Hochstein back to pass here on first down. He's going to be dropped. I think that's still Hochstein. I should double check. It could be their 3rd string quarterback, but Jace Lantry dropped him back there.
Well, I think Rosterman was in on that too, if I'm not too, trying to get my numbers jumbled up here. But
you're right.
Boy, he was through quick, wasn't he?
Yep.
So I don't know if he didn't show blitz. He just went up to the line of scrimmage and the ball moved and he was through. But again,
good job there by the Bears defense. 5-yard loss on the play. Norris obviously taking plenty of time to get up to the line of scrimmage. It is still Hochstein, by the way, at the quarterback spot. Just about 2:05 left to play here in this game. Hochstein takes the snap, and he will hand it off to his tailback. Flag is thrown as his back crosses the 40 to the 42. I think that's going to be Cronau again. But this one likely coming back, and it is. So a holding called on Norris.
It looked like a crowded disco there. There was somebody trying to get to the bathroom and getting grabbed. So I mean, it was just a grab fest in there. But I think at this point Norris is content to take their 31-7 win. I don't recall seeing too many injuries over there. I think we had a kid cramp up. Blaze got dinged on his shoulder a little bit here, but I see the ice is off of him, and it's not anything in his lower. So, injury-wise, it's not but for as hard hitting of a games it's been, I think they'd be pretty good at getting on the bus and heading back to wherever the heck Firth is, the other side of Lincoln.
Beatrice. Just kidding. Waiting for
well, then you got to get all these kids home because they could be from all over Lincoln, right?
That's right.
I mean,
maybe they'll drop them off.
It might be 2-3 in the morning by the time some of these kids get home. That's just a joke, folks. Don't take that seriously. That or do.
All in good fun.
All in good fun. Hey, it's open, right? You do what you want. Everybody does it. Welcome to high school sports.
You got it. They gain about a yard on the play there on second down. That sets up 3rd and 25. We're going to pass the 1-minute mark here Obviously, neither team with a 31-7 game with any intention, I don't believe, of calling timeout to stop the clock. Norris will run at least one more play on third down as Hochstein waits for the snap. Scott Cronau in the backfield with him, and there's a flag. That's going to be a delay of game thrown by our back judge.
Did he do the hand thing?
You know, I didn't see that part. I saw him put the hand up to start signaling.
Normally you wait, right?
Yeah.
And then you just snap it at the end there. I mean,
kind of interesting. But they'll step it back 5 yards. And now I believe they'll have to freeze the clock. I don't imagine it'll start until the snap of the football. 44.5 seconds left. Titans will have to snap this one. Two receivers in the formation, one wide to either side. Pressure from the Bears. Nice job by Hochstein to spin out of one tackle, but he couldn't get away from the next man. He's dropped for a loss, and a flag thrown. Going to be like a personal foul for the way they tackled him, perhaps?
I'm not sure.
That'll be an interesting call here.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what the hand signal on that one is. He literally just got tackled. I'm not sure. He didn't get hurt or anything. Just wave it off, folks. I mean, let this game in.
Let's see here what the official signal is. It's a personal foul against the Bears. Still haven't seen what our white hat is saying what was the personal foul, but he did signal. I think he signaled it's against the Bears. So they'll back up 15 yards. Norris is nowhere near the the sticks to gain.
Oh no, they're 35 yards back there. But yeah. I'm with Brian here. I'm not sure what the call is, but maybe they got the whistle blown a little bit and
went after the whistle perhaps
and just kind of took him to the ground. I mean that seemingly could be it, but again, that'll end this game, folks.
Kind of a weird ending.
Yeah, weird ending, but again, there weren't 8 turnovers, right? There weren't all these weird things. It was just, pretty hard fought.
Right.
I think they had to earn their 31 points, and they're a very good team. They're very talented. Wish them well, but like I say, tonight they did have to earn the 31. We didn't hand them the 55 that they've been averaging. So take that and build on that.
You got it. 31-7 is your final score here on homecoming. It doesn't get it any easier for the Bears. We'll be back here exactly 1 week from tonight. It's Elkhorn North coming to town. So if Norris is ranked number 2, if you believe that publication, Elkhorn North is 1 spot ahead of them. So Blair's going to have to bring the Ray game again next week.
And so be it.
That's exactly right. Thanks to Martha for helping out up here in the press box. Thanks to all of our sponsors for allowing us to do this game. My thanks to Dan for helping me out. And thanks to all of you for listening. We're going to wrap it up here from Krantz Field. Saying so long, it's Brian Abrahams. You've been listening to Blair Bear Football on BSDN Live.
Thank you for being a part of BSDN Live coverage of the Blair Bears. We're proud to partner with many local businesses that are supporting all of the Blair School activities. Join us in thanking them as well. Awful Nice Guys Heating and Air Conditioning, locally serving Washington County for 25 years and counting. Find out more about Mike Beebe and the team at awfulniceguys.com. Memorial Community Hospital and Health System, serving Blair, Fort Calhoun, and Tacoma with continued expansion of services from birth and beyond. Learn more at mchhs.org. Woodhouse Auto Family, serving our community and the world with all of your driving needs. Search woodhouse.com. For real estate, nobody knows Washington County like WC Real Estate. Blair Eye Associates, Dr. Ryan Palmer. Jackson and Associates, Inc. RVR Bank for your local banking and wealth management needs. Balls Out Motors, Tax and Business Consultants, Turnkey Nerds, SEI